We usually begin a morning service by chanting, Ma Tovu, how beautiful are your tents, Yaakov, your dwelling places, Yisrael. Directed to God, the prayer continues, let me enter your house, referring of course to the temple. Today, many of us are in our own house, maybe a dorm room, maybe an apartment. Most of us are not in a sanctuary, but we know that we can create a sanctuary of the heart, and from this house, wherever it may be, we will honor the Holy One of Blessings on this Yom Kippur morning.
Good morning, Boker Tov. We'll start today with a medley of Modeh Ani. Listen once and then please join in and sing with me. Run, come and look out and see. Run, come and see the sun. Run, come and look out and see. Run, come and see the sun. Come on. Run, come and look out and see. Run, come and see the sun. Run, come and look out and see. Run, come and see the sun. Beautiful. Second part. Run, come, see the sun. That was nice. Let's sing that again. Run, come, see the sun. Run, come, see the sun. That was fun. Let's sing one last time. Right back into run, come, look out. Run, come, see the... Run, come, look out. Run, come, and look out and see. Run, come, and see the sun. Run, come, and look out and see. Run, come, and see the sun. Run, come, see. Run, come, see the sun. Run, come, see one more time. Right into Modeh Ani. All together. Here we go. Run, come, see the Modeh Ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shechezarta b'nishmati b'chemla, b'chemla. Rabba em the sun. Run, come, see the sun. Let's sing it one more time. Run, come, see the sun. Here we go. Run, come, see the sun. Boker Tov.
Yitkara v'yitkara shemei rabba ve'alma divrach yirutei ve'amlich malchutei ve'chayechon yomechon u'chayedecho beit Yisrael bagala u'vizman karif v'yimheru amen Yehei shemei rabba mevarach Le'alam u'lamei almaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudasha b'richu Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran ve'oma Ve'imheru Amen.
Yalai, lai, lai, 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 Bareku et Adonai Hamevorach Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Le'olam va'ed Le'olam va'ed Yalai, lai, lai, 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 yalai, lai, lai. As the night gives way to day, a morning picture is painted across our sky. The sun comes up and the morning uncurls, a wonder we can see and still wonder why. Still wonder why. God who makes the sun shine and stars glow, who renews the cycle of creation day by day, giving light to our minds and our eyes, time after time with the dawn of each new day. Each thing that God creates, God renews each day with love and care. Through God's light we understand the plan and wonder of this world which we all share. Which we all share. God who makes the sunshine and stars glow, who renews the cycle of creation day by day, giving light to our minds and our eyes, time after time with the dawn of each new day. God who makes the sunshine and stars glow, who renews the cycle of creation day by day, giving light to our minds and our eyes, time after time with the dawn of each new day. Time after time with the dawn of each new day. Time after time with the dawn of each new day.
I try to walk the road of Judaism. Embedded in that road there are many jewels. One is marked Sabbath, and one civil rights, and one honor your parents, and one study of Torah, and one you shall be holy. There are at least 613 of them, and they are of different shapes, sizes, and weights. Some are light and easy for me to pick up, and I pick them up. Some are too deeply embedded for me, so far at least, though I get a little stronger by trying to extricate the jewels as I walk the street. Some, perhaps, I shall never be able to pick up. I believe that God expects me to keep on walking Judaism's street and to carry away whatever I can of its commandments. I do not believe that God expects me to lift what I cannot, nor may I condemn my fellow Jew who may not be able to pick up even as much as I can.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam, Leolam Vaed.
Hi everyone. The words of Ve'ahavta say, "And you shall love." They contain the command to love God with all one's heart, soul, and might. Before you can fully love God or someone or something, you must first love yourself. So take this moment to practice self-love in whatever way is meaningful to you. I like this quote that says, "Give yourself the same care and attention that you give others, and watch yourself bloom."
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, וחיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ושוכבך וקומך, וקשרתם עליות על ידיך, וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
In Exodus 15, we read the beautiful Song of the Sea, the Micha-Mocha, which is a poem of praise, thanksgiving, and victory, which the Israelites sang upon their safe deliverance. We remind ourselves each day, twice a day, that we used to be slaves when we recite the Micha-Mocha prayer. But why do we need to remind ourselves constantly of our servitude? By reciting the Micha-Mocha twice daily, we are reminding ourselves of a few things. 1, that we were connected to God in a relationship that is historic. 2, that God redeemed us from slavery. And 3, that if we needed assistance to be liberated from bondage, then we are obligated to help those who are not yet free as well. Micha-Mocha, then, is our call to action. Modern Jewish philosopher Abraham Joshua Heschel took this obligation very seriously. In one of his important works, he wrote, "Freedom means more than mere emancipation. It is primarily freedom of conscience bound up with inner allegiance. The glory of a free society lies not only in the consciousness of my right to be free and my capacity to be free, but also in the realization of my fellow man's right to be free and his capacity to be free." Heschel was not just a man of thought or of words, but also a man of deed. He marched with the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King in Selma and fought tirelessly against racism, bigotry, hatred, and intolerance. He provides an important reminder in his teachings that liberation consciousness is a part of our Jewish DNA. It's part of Jewish memory. Martin Luther King Jr. taught injustice everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Dr. King's words go hand in hand with what we learn from our own Jewish tradition, like in Pirkei Avot, which states, in a place where there is no humanity, strive to be human, as well as in Deuteronomy, which states, Tzedek, tzedek, tirdaf, justice, justice, you shall pursue. Elie Wiesel wrote, "True, we are often too weak to stop injustices, but the least we can do is protest against them. True, we are powerless against death, but as long as we help one man, one woman, one child live 1 hour longer in safety and dignity, we affirm a human's right to live." As we recite Micha Mocha today, reflect on how we can continue our fight for justice and remember that no one is truly free until we are all free.
There are two questions which every person must answer during the days of awe. They are not only the two most fundamental questions in the Bible, but the two most basic questions in life. Prayer and self-reflection are the tools we use to answer them during these holy days. The first question is, Ayeha, where are you? The second question is, Eayeha, where are your brothers and sisters? God was the first one to ask these questions. As Adam and Eve hid in the Garden of Eden, having disobeyed God's command not to eat of the tree of knowledge, God said, Ayeha, where are you? Surely God knew where they were. When the Eternal One asked, where are you? God was really challenging the first human beings. What have you done? What are you becoming? How have you used the gifts I have given you? Sitting in prayer, we ask, where are we? How did we get here? What purpose does our life serve? God asked Cain in the second question, where is Abel your brother? In a fit of jealous rage, Cain struck and killed his brother. When now God asked him, where is your brother? God had no need for directions. God knew what had happened. God wanted to know, what have you done to Abel? Have you taken responsibility for your fellow? Are you so filled with rage that you have forgotten to care about others? These are the two questions God asks us. These are the questions that we must ask ourselves. Let us listen to God's questions and ask how they might resonate through our lives.
Adonai sifatai tivtachu fi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zoher Hasdei Avot V'Imot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'Nehem, Liman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Hozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atah Rav Leoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Haim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofeh Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishene afar, mi chamocha bal gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'emana lahayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mehayeh hakol.
On Rosh Hashanah it is written, on Yom Kippur it is sealed, that this year people will live and die, some more gently than others, and nothing lives forever. But amidst overwhelming forces of nature and humankind, we still write our own book of life, and our actions are the words in it, and the stages of our lives are the chapters, and nothing goes unrecorded, ever. Every deed counts. Everything you do matters. And we never know what act or word will leave an impression or tip the scale. So, if not now, then when? For the things we can change, there is teshuvah, realignment. For the things we cannot change, there is tefillah, prayer. And for the help we can give, there is tzedakah, justice. Together, let us write a beautiful book of life for the Holy One to read.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כי שם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר, קדוש קדוש קדוש, אדוני צבאות, נצחים קדושתך נקדיש בשבחתך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Of these wrongs we are guilty. We betray, we steal, we scorn, we act perversely, we are cruel, we scheme, we are violent, we slander, we devise evil, we lie, we ridicule, we disobey, we abuse, we defy, we corrupt, we commit crimes, we are hostile, we are stubborn, we are immoral, we kill, we spoil, we go astray, we lead others astray.
For these sins, O God, we ask forgiveness. Al Chet, for the ways we have wronged you deliberately and by mistake, and harm we have caused in your world through the words of our mouth. Al Chet, for the ways we have wronged you by hardening our hearts, and harm we have caused in your world through careless speech. Al Chet, for the ways we have wronged you through lies and deceit, and harm we have caused in your world through gossip and rumors. Al Chet, for the ways we have wronged you by judging others unfairly, and harm we have caused in your world through disrespect to parents and teachers. Al Khait, for the ways we have wronged you through insincere apologies and harm we have caused in your world by mistreating a friend or neighbor. Al Khait, for the ways we have wronged you through violence and abuse, and harm we have caused in your world through dishonesty in business.
ועל כולם אלוהים סליחות, סלח לנו, מחל לנו, כפר לנו. For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement. Al Khit, for the ways we have wronged you, openly and secretly, and harm we have caused in your world by losing self-control. Al Khit, for the ways we have wronged you through sexual immorality, and harm we have caused in your world through consumption of food and drink. Al Khit, for the ways we have wronged you by giving in to our hostile impulses, and harm we have caused in your world through greed and exploitation. Al Khit, for the ways we have wronged you through cynicism and scorn, and harm we have caused in your world through arrogant behavior. Al Khit, for the ways we have wronged you by hating without cause, and harm we have caused in your world through offensive speech. Al Khit, for the ways we have wronged you with a slanderous tongue, and harm we have caused in your world with a selfish or petty spirit. ועל כולם אלוהים סליחות, סלח לנו, מחל לנו, כפר לנו. For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement.
Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice. Avinu Malkeinu, we have strayed and sinned before you. Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and our families. Avinu Malkeinu, halt the onslaught of sickness, violence, and hunger. Avinu Malkeinu, halt the reign of those who cause pain and terror. Avinu Malkeinu, enter our names in the book of lives well lived. Avinu Malkeinu, renew us for a year of goodness. Avinu Malkeinu, let our hands overflow with your blessings. Avinu Malkeinu, let our eyes behold the dawn of redemption. Avinu Malkeinu, we pray, do not turn us away from you with nothing. Avinu Malkeinu, welcome our prayer with love, accept and embrace it. Avinu Malkeinu, act for your sake, if not ours. Avinu Malkeinu, you alone are our sovereign. Avinu Malkeinu, let the gates of heaven be open to your prayer. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice, treat us with tender compassion.
Oh, say shalom bimromav, uya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, vimru, vimru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael.
Thank you for letting me give a prayer for the state of Israel. Our sovereign in heaven, rock and redeemer of the people Israel, bless the state of Israel and our hope of redemption. Shield it with your love, spread over it the shelter of your peace, guide its leaders and advisors with your light and with your truth. Help them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who defend our holy land. Defend them. Crown their efforts with triumph. Bless the land with peace and its inhabitants with lasting joy. And let us say, Amen.
I lift up my eyes to the mountains. What is the source of my help? My help will come from the eternal, maker of heaven and earth. God will not allow your foot to slip. Your guardian does not slumber. Behold, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The eternal is your keeper. The eternal is your shade at your right hand. The sun shall not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The eternal will guard you from all evil. God will protect your being. The eternal will guard you coming and going, from this time forth and forever.
All things pass away. All things pass away, but you are eternal. Teach us, O God, to see that when we link ourselves to you and strive to do your will, our lives acquire eternal meaning and value. And sustain us in the hope, for we dare not ask for more, that the human spirit, created in your image, is like you, eternal.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. All the days of my life I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
We remember with sorrow those whom death has taken from our midst during the past year. Taking these dear ones into our hearts with all our beloved, we recall them now with reverence. In the rising of the sun and in its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick at heart, we remember them. When we have joys we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them.
One of the things that I love about Judaism is that nobody mourns alone. No matter what you are going through, no matter whether you're celebrating or mourning, you are with a community that supports you and loves you. The Mourner's Kaddish is a communication of that support and a communication of the celebration of life, even in mourning. So, if you are mourning someone, if you would like to say their name out loud, to hold it in your hearts, and to speak their name out into the world, please do so. And we'll go ahead and say the Mourner's Kaddish. Ikadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbah, v'yamad divrach hiroteh v'yalmich mahuteh, v'chayehon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'akala u'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehesh shmei Rabbah mevrach le'olam omei omaya, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dikudusha brehu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushrachata v'nechamata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru Amen. Osei Shalom B'Mermav,
Uya Aseh Shalom, Aleno Vel Kol Israel, Vel Kol Yeshvei Tevel, Vimru. Amen.